Today we learn about potential gradient of a wire. When a current flows through a wire of uniform cross section, when the current is steady, a potential difference develops across its two ends. This potential difference, when is divided by the length of the wire, that is called potential gradient. So let us imagine we have a wire of length AB and the potential difference across the wire is represented by VAB. The potential gradient K will be therefore VAB upon L, where capital L is the length of the potentiometer wire. So this V by L, that is potential drop per unit length of the wire, is called potential gradient. Its SI unit will be volt per meter. It can also be expressed as volt per centimeter. Now look at the circuit. This is the potentiometer wire. 4-wire potentiometer. AB represents the wire. Will connect a source whose positive terminal is going at point A. Negative terminal is connected with a rheostat to control the current flowing through the potentiometer wire. A voltmeter is connected whose positive terminal is at A and the negative terminal is connected with a jockey. The jockey is a movable point. We can touch the jockey at any place in this potentiometer wire and it will tell us the potential difference of the wire at that particular point. For example, if the jockey is at C, it will measure the potential difference of the wire from A to C. Always remember, the length of the wire is to be measured in the direction of the current flow. So this is 100 centimeter, then another 100 centimeter. So till here it becomes 200 centimeter wire, then 300 centimeter and end 400 centimeter. So the total wire length is 400 centimeter long. Now we'll perform an experiment to find out the potential gradient of a wire. Now, in today's experiment, we'll first give a certain amount of potential difference from the battery eliminator. At a particular position of rheostat, we'll start taking the observations. We touch the jockey at different points in the potentiometer wire. So when I touch at different points, it will measure the potential difference across this point. In this manner, we'll try to cover the entire potentiometer wire. So we'll start with 40 centimeter length, 80 centimeter length, then 120 centimeter length, then 160 centimeter length, and so on. We go up to 400 centimeter length of the potentiometer wire. After performing one set of observations, we'll change the potential difference from the eliminator and take another set of observations with different values of potential difference. Then we'll compare the potential gradient in the two cases. This is called a battery eliminator. This will be our source of energy, that is EMF in the circuit. It will provide the desired voltage to us. It has two terminals. This is the positive terminal and this is the negative terminal. It can be used to provide different voltages according to our need. The minimum written is 2 volt and maximum up to 12 volt can be supplied in the circuit using this battery eliminator. This is called a rheostat. The rheostat is used to control current in the circuit. It provides variable resistance in the circuit. It has other applications also, but in our experiment we will use it to control the current. There are 3 terminals. This is called upper terminal, which keeps the sliding contact, and these 2 are lower terminals, terminal 1 and terminal 2. When it is to be used as a current controlling device, then we need to use one upper terminal
and any one of the two lower terminals. Then it can control the current in the circuit. This is a voltmeter. The capital V written shows that it will measure the potential difference in unit volt. This voltmeter is of range 0 to 3 volt. That means we can measure maximum of 3 volt with this voltmeter. The divisions are written as 1, 2 and 3 volt. Between 0 and 1 volt, there are 20 divisions made. Therefore, its least count will be 1 divided by 20, that is 0.05 volt, which means one division of this voltmeter is equivalent to 0.05 volt. While measuring potential difference across any 2 points, you will not write down the voltage directly. Rather, you will note down where the pointer is. You will find out the coinciding division of the pointer, multiply that by least count, and that will give you the potential difference.
Now let us try to understand the connections in our circuit diagram. This is the battery eliminator. The positive terminal of this battery eliminator is connected to this point of potentiometer, which I refer as point A. The negative terminal of battery eliminator is connected to the upper terminal of rheostat, which is the sliding point, and from the lower terminal of rheostat it is connected to the other end of the potentiometer wire, which I refer as point B. So this battery eliminator is providing the required voltage to the two ends of this wire AB. Now look at the voltmeter. The positive terminal of the voltmeter is again connected to point A, and the negative terminal is connected to this jockey. The jockey is a movable point. We can take the jockey anywhere in the potentiometer wire. So now we'll start the experiment. Now let us start taking our first set of observations. As you can see, I have connected the battery eliminator at 2 volt, which means the battery eliminator will give me maximum of 2 volt of potential difference for my experiment. I switch on the circuit. After switching on, the current starts flowing in the wire, and therefore a potential drop has been created. To measure the potential drop, I touch the jockey at first 40 centimeter length of the wire. At 40 centimeter length of the wire, the voltmeter needle is at division number 3, and therefore the potential difference between point A and where the jockey is touched, that is suppose point C, this potential difference is 3 into least count. Now I move further at 80 centimeter mark. So here in the first wire, when the length of the wire is 80 centimeter, the voltmeter reading, now you can see that the needle of the voltmeter is at 6th division. Therefore, the potential difference has increased to 6 into its least count. Now, as I move from 80 centimeter, the wire finishes at 100 centimeter length. Now I go to the second wire, and when I start the second wire, we have to read the lower scale of the potentiometer. I move further another 20 centimeter length of the wire. Therefore, from A to this point, now the length of the wire will be 100 plus 20, that is 120 centimeter long. As you can see now, my voltmeter reading is at 9th division. Therefore, the potential difference will be 9 into least count. Therefore, as I am increasing the length of the wire, the potential difference is also increasing. In this manner, I will take the potential difference after every 40 centimeter length of the wire, and I will finish the wire at 400 centimeter long. So when the jockey is touched at last reading 400 centimeter length of the wire, the Galvani voltmeter is now reading at 35 division. Now we'll start taking the second set of observations. As you can notice that I have shifted this point to 4 volt. Therefore, now the battery eliminator will give me potential difference of 4 volt maximum across this part of the circuit. Again, I start taking the reading and I touch the jockey at 40 centimeter length of the wire. You can notice that the voltmeter needle is at 6th division. So therefore the potential difference up to this point of the wire is 4 into 6 into list count. Now I move the jockey to 80 centimeter length of the wire, and at 80 centimeter length of the wire you can notice that the voltmeter needle is at 12th division. Now I move further, go to the second wire and take another reading at 120 centimeter length of the wire. This is 120 centimeter length, and at 120 centimeter length of the wire, the voltmeter needle is at 17th division. In this manner, I'll take the reading up to 400 centimeter of the wire. Again, reminder is that please watch the scales properly and use the upper scale and lower scale according to the wire. First wire, upper scale, second wire, lower scale, third wire, upper scale, fourth wire, again lower scale. The main point is the length measurement should start from 0, and 0 is conveniently taken as the point where the positive terminals are connected, and the positive terminal of both eliminator as well as voltmeter are considered at point A. And so we start measuring the length of the wire from A and finish at B, 400 centimeter length of the wire. In this manner, at the gap of 40 centimeter, we'll keep taking the observations and complete the wire, and the wire will finish at 400 centimeter length. And we'll notice that the potential difference keeps on increasing as we increase the length of the wire. And from each observation, we'll calculate the potential gradient of the wire. We can also plot a graph of potential difference versus length. The slope of the graph will give us the value of potential gradient. So, after performing 2 sets of observation, you can see that from observation table, the average potential gradient that is obtained is 0.0038 volt per centimeter or 0.38 volt per meter in the first set, and in the second set of observation, potential gradient is 0.0072 volt per centimeter or 0.72 volt per meter. So from these two values you can see that the potential gradient depends on amount of potential difference applied for a given length of a wire. Remember, smaller is the potential gradient, better is the potentiometer for the potentiometer application experiments. You may also compare these results by plotting a graph between potential difference and the length of the wire. Now you can see that from the slope of the graph also we have calculated the potential gradient. The result obtained from the slope of the graph is almost same as the result obtained from the average value of the observation table. So this is how we perform the experiment on potential gradient of a wire. Hope this is clear to all of you. In case of any query or feedback, please mail me at 1984akdas@gmail.com. Thank you.